Oh, what the hell? Um, that was really weird.
Mhm.
That was really, 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 really weird. It didn't start with our outro.
Glitches.
Um,
We're live
no,
anyway.
it just makes me feel like I don't know what I'm doing. Cold.
It's right. It's
You know
Friday.
what? I'm gonna. Oh look, Friday. You know what? No, but I haven't even started drinking yet. You know what? I'm gonna do this. Right, that error wasn't down to me. That was a StreamYard glitch, ladies and gentlemen. But it's Friday. You know what I'm like on a Friday. So look, let me just say a couple of howdies before we get any further. Let me introduce to you Stony. Um, we'll give your opinion. Oh, this is from Rebel. This is a message that Rebel put up. Guys, if you do want to jump on stream, let me know. I'll send you an email address and we can go through there. You know, jump on. If you want. Andrew, Jesus, it's a good job, bloody Jay wasn't on today, innit? With his list of questions. Does Jay regret his constant defense of Ten Hag? Please, could we tone down the questions when he does come on Tuesday, please? Does Amri last until Christmas if he is if he's entrenched in the bottom half of the table? Um,
You
Steph,
should
yeah,
actually keep up Andrew's message there about Ten Hag. I mean, keep it up about Amaran.
no, I'll keep him. No, I will keep him there. I will keep him there. Yo, how you doing? I'm Titanium. I hope you're doing well, man. I want to slap Andres Townsend for his pronunciations. Pronunciations of what? What have I missed? Yo, Bart, I hope you're doing well. You've got a fella scouser in the house, so you two can have a you can have a you didn't show my best question. Which one was that? Hold on. I'm sure I showed three of them. Oh no, I know. Yeah, I wasn't going to show the third one, Andrew. I wasn't showing the third one. Yeah, Bart, you can have a loving with Stony. We should be joined by an Arsenal supporter in a little while. But Stony, it's been a long time since I've had you on stream. It hasn't been a long time since I've spoken to you. How you doing, my friend? How you doing?
Let's, no. I'm good, Mr. B. Firstly, and thanks for inviting me onto the United agenda. You know, you're one of our sister channels. So yeah, and I'll communicate with you in a week. I'm more than happy if I'm available to jump on. You guys have got really good content. We love your channel, even though we support another club, but it's all love. So yeah, thanks for inviting me on, Mr. B.
That's cool, man. That's cool, man. Guys, if you are watching from YouTube, hit the like button. If you're watching from Twitter, X as they call it now, as Elon Musk decided to change it to, then jump over and hit the likes. But look, if we don't get joined by another couple, then it is what it is. But Rashford, I want to hear your thoughts on Rashford. Obviously, I know you don't hold Man United in any form of high regard, which is fine. You're a Scouse lover, so I expect that. But obviously, Rashford there was loads of to and fro in today. So Rashford's come out and said that he doesn't mind, if he comes back to training, he's going to give 100%. And the club have basically said that Rashford, Sancho, who's the other? Anthony, Malacia, and who's the other one? Who is the
Luke
other
Shaw,
one? No, not Luke Shaw. They can't get rid of that fat bitch. No, they got
Mason
no
Mount.
chance. No, not Mason Mount. Oh, look, there's five of them anyway. There's five of
Okay,
them anyway who have basically said that Garnacho
right.
not to return. Don't want them to return. So he's finally laying down the law. You know what I mean? These players aren't coming back. He doesn't want them in his squad. And rumor has it that Cunha is actually going to have the number 10 shirt on pre-season. So that's a further slap in the face for Marcus. I just want to hear your thoughts on the mess that is Marcus Rashford and where you think he
I
might end up.
I think I don't even think it's just a case of really focusing on Marcus Rashford. I think on your show that the content's always been quite rational. I think everybody's always placed their comments in the right frame of mind on the United channel, Mr. B. I think that I don't even think it's just about Rashford. As a player, I think for himself, it's probably best that he plays a football in a completely different environment. I think if it was just Rashford that had a concern about the environment at Man United, then you can probably question him as a professional. But it's not just him. If we go back to when you guys actually re-signed Ronaldo and his comments when he did finally leave, Rashford is just one of a series of players that are actually speaking about issues at Manchester United within himself. So I think for him, I think it's probably best that he moves on. I don't even think that it's a case of there being an issue with your current manager or the previous manager. There's other things that are happening behind the scenes there. So what I did think was quite interested in was his performances at Aston Villa. He appeared to be a player that was refreshed. He seemed to be energized, and he had, I would say, quite a productive output in the period of time he was actually at Aston Villa. So if he was a washed up player, then you can see there was actually, you can probably potentially say that there was a concern. Some people have spoken about his attitude and his desire to play for XYZ. That didn't appear to be an issue where he was at Aston Villa. So I just think the partnership of Manchester United and Rashford just has to part. And hopefully both Man United and Rashford finds the right package and they just move on. He's a footballer. How old's Rashford now? Is he 27, 28?
27.
27, 28? Goodness gracious. That's him probably trying to hit his prime. I wonder, on the other side, Mr. B as well, if for him possibly pushing for a departure now, he can possibly see his way getting back into the England squad and being ready for the World Cup next year in America.
Well, look, what's his name? What's the England coach? Tuchel called him up to his first squad, to be fair. He didn't play in the other one because he was injured. So the fact that he called him into the first one, obviously Rashford's got some sort of clout with him. He needs to play. I mean, the situation with Barcelona, I think, is hilarious. They're broke. They're like they're big boys. Yeah, they've won, but they're still broke. They couldn't sign, what's his name, Nico Williams, on the deal that he wanted. Apparently, he wanted, guarantees written into the contract that they would be able to register him because obviously they had the situation with Almo last season, and he's now signed a new contract with whatever
Atletico
team he was.
About.
Yeah,
do you know the thing?
Yeah.
You're right, Mr. B. And I think the thing is, I'm unsure why players at this current stage would like to actually go to Barcelona, right? They've just been fined alongside Aston Villa and Chelsea for whatever financial regulations.
Bunglings.
Right?
Yeah,
right.
bunglings.
So Barca have probably been linked with near enough every player underneath the sun. And rightly what you're saying, they can only actually register a certain amount of players. Even when it came to what was the Spanish player that actually purchased and they weren't able to register, beginning with someone put it in the chat. I can't remember his name. Almo, right? Yeah. Look how long they had actually purchased him. They actually had to go to the courts to actually attempt to actually get him to play. I mean, there's stockpiling there. I mean, don't get me wrong. We've got a club in this country down on, down on the King's Road, that blue team, and they probably got about 900 players for that squad as well. So players actually do that. But why on earth would you want to go to Barcelona at this stage if you're not even going to play? What was interesting, Mr. B, you mentioned about Barcelona being linked with Nico Williams and probably Rashford. I was even just thinking Rafinha was one of Barca's amazing players last season. Where on earth, I wonder if Rashford was to go to Barcelona, where he can see himself actually fitting in the current makeup. I don't think he does.
I think he's deluded. We a lot of us on the channel don't believe that there's any chance that he goes Barca. It's just it doesn't
wouldn't have
make
to pay his wages.
Well, I mean, this is another thing. If they're broke, how look? Matty's saying that. Matty was asking the same question here. How can they register? How can they register players if they've got no money? I don't understand why he would be interested. I mean, look, Bayern have obviously come in. Bayern have obviously come in for him, or showing an interest in him. I know they were showing an interest in your boy Luis. Liverpool have blatantly said he's going nowhere. So I mean, the opportunity has Bayern. You know, he's got the opportunity to go Bayern. We did talk about it on the show a couple of days ago, maybe a week or so ago. That's a good option for him. You know, there's a couple of English-speaking players, English-speaking manager. Yeah, he's gonna have to learn German. Yo, Links Red, I hope you're doing well, man. See, look, he's saying as well he'll be better off at Bayern.
You can probably say that. So it was Sane gone. So Sane's left and he's gone to Galatasaray on a free. So I wonder, in Rashford's head, if he sees himself then possibly fitting in with the departure of Sane.
What? Sane wasn't at Bayern. Sane was at
Leroy Sane. No, Leroy Sane left by Munich.
Oh, and he's Sane. You know, I thought you meant. Yeah. I thought you meant that your guy.
Money.
Sorry, I'm an arsehole.
Yeah, no problem.
Mane and
even with,
yeah,
even if you look at the way that Bayern Munich are currently playing at the moment, with the two narrow forwards behind Harry Kane, so who's Musiala and Elise. In my opinion, Rashford does not fit into, or if he does fit into that system, there's no way that he's going to be able to have a starting position ahead of Musiala, Elise, or Harry Kane. So, I mean, look, it's a different environment at the end of the day, isn't it? So
he needs to go. He needs to go. Obviously, with the other 5 as well, the other 4. I just think they, you know, said we are what we are.
Leave your club. I think everybody has to leave. You know what's quite interesting, Mr. B? I think, was it at the beginning of the season when there were certain parts of the media that was waxing lyrical over Garnacho and his price tag? What revenue could you see Manchester United being able to get for the sale from Garnacho? What price tag could you possibly see?
Right now, I think we'll take 30 mil. Right now, I think 40. I think he's going to go for 40. If it's a Premier League team and it's Chelsea, then I hope we try and rinse them. But everybody seems to get rinsed by Chelsea, and then they just pay their fines off. They qualify for whatever they want to qualify for, cheat for whatever they want to cheat for, and still are still allowed to do their thing. So it's
so 40 mil for Rashford potentially, 40 mil.
We're not getting that. We're not getting that for Rashford. We're not getting that for Rashford.
Is it 40 mil? Bro. 40 mil potentially for Rashford. 40 mil potentially for Garnacho. What about for Sancho?
Sancho, no. Well, to be fair, the Sancho deal seems to be moving quite well. It seems like Juve are showing a lot of interest, and he's been swayed by going over to play for the old lady. So maybe that's a deal that can be done. And obviously, it's 25 mil or 21 million pounds they want for him, but they're talking about a swap for Douglas Luiz.
Okay, so let's rewind something here a minute. How long does how long does Sancho still have on his contract?
Sancho's got a year left. Got a year left.
So, as you said, possibly 25 mil plus Douglas Luiz. Is that the midfielder that was playing at Aston Villa?
Swap. It's not a plus. It's a swap.
Swap. Okay, plus. So the swap.
Yeah.
So was that the Douglas Luiz that played at Aston Villa?
Yeah, man. I'll tell you. See, look, Matt
where does he feature in your central midfield then? Who's going to be your central midfield?
He starts over Agate. Straight, because everybody knows Bruno's going to be the one. We're all praying that this defender, this next central midfielder we got can do everything. We want him to be a mix of Diego Maradona, bloody Beckenbauer. He's got to do everything because Bruno's going to be carried. So we're looking for somebody who can do. I would take Douglas Luiz. I mean, he's had injury issues, enough muscle strain this season as well. But if that's a straight swap and we're not playing in Champions League, don't forget, we ain't got Champions League. We ain't got no Europe. You know what I mean? We're not even playing on Wednesday. We're in the Coca-Cola Cup round early. And then we're watching everybody else play. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So games wise, maybe it'll be take it easy, man. Take it easy, Andrew. Yeah, maybe it'll be something that can work out. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Yeah, I doubt it, but we'll see. We'll
Mm.
see, man. We'll see. Let me get a couple of these. Let's see. Let's see. Andrew saying 60 to 7 million. Okay. Look, and Mane got
Was
picked
that
out.
for?
That must
Yes,
be
Mane got, yeah, and thank you very much. I am titanium.
yeah.
There was an incident where um Mane and Sane got involved in an altercation, and that's why Mane had to move on.
Okay. Okay.
Because remember, he
Yo,
had only
I'm
been there one
titanium.
season, you know.
Say again? Was he? Was he?
Mane was only there one season before the incident happened with Sane, and then he
Oh,
moved on to
they got rid
Saudi
of him.
Arabia. Yeah.
Wow. Well, look, it benefited him. He made change. You know what I mean? He's not that proud that he ain't gonna go Saudi. I'm titanium. Big up, brother. Look at the £2 super chat. Sancho will be the first one out. Ah, you're probably right. You're probably right. I think of all of them, Sancho is probably going to be the first one out.
Just a question, if it's okay, Mr. B. So
You
I
go
am
on.
titanium. If Sancho is going to be the first player out, I am titanium. Where do you see him going? If it's not going to be Juve, where do you see Sancho going, and for what
Juve.
price?
It has to be Juve, boy. Links red. Rashi 40 million. Sancho 20 million. Anthony 35 million. Garnacho 40 million. And -9, 40 million. But that's only my choice. I'm not sure. I don't sure. Rashford, I don't think we're going to sell. I think he's going to go on loan. Although the club are saying they do want to sell him. Sancho definitely will go. Anthony probably get 25 mil plus add-ons. Garnacho, I'd love to get 45 mil for Garnacho, but he'd have to be Premier League. And -9, if they get 40 million for -9, they obviously whoever's buying him ain't watched him at all this
Can we
season.
see? So, Mr. B, this is what Links Red said. Do you see Manchester United moving Rasmus on? Didn't you play like 79 million pounds for
Give a shit. Did you see him?
Nobody's
Did
seen
you see
him score a goal. Nobody's seen him score a goal. But that's a massive loss.
That bitch, I'm telling you. That we play Saturday football. We've had some trash strikers at our level of football. If a man you're putting in front of goal and you know he's not going to score, you're done. You're done. You know what I mean? So yeah, we've got no chance. Guys, there's 56 of you watching on the X Factor. If you do want to jump over, if you do like what you're watching, look, maybe you hate what you're watching, in which case then don't watch it. But if you are still watching, look, hit the like button, jump over, hit the like button. Look, watch it back on Twitter. If you are new to it, hit the like button and the subscribe button. We are on our way to 4K. It's been a little while, but yeah, we're back on the groove now. So yeah, we're on our way to 4K. We've got 2 shirt giveaways. We've got one for the members. We hit a certain figure. We've got a signed Brian Robson shirt to give away. And if we do hit the 4,000 before the start of the season, we are going to give away this season's this season's shirt. I'm not sure how we're going to work out how we're going to do it, but yeah, look, we'll work it out. We'll get it sent to you. Alan, I hope you're doing well, my friend. I hope the Friday night is treating you well. Who else is on here? I actually thought I am titanium said thanks, mum. I read that wrong. Simon, I hope you're doing well, man. I hope the family's well. Look, we've spoken about, obviously we did the Rashford. You're on. So I haven't spoken to you, to be fair, about Wirtz. You bought a bad boy. you bought a killer. I'm jealous of the speed. Somebody else actually put it in here. Hold on. Are you surprised at how difficult? Here we go. Let me just add. Let me get into the stream. When he's up. Yes, Tony. How you doing, man?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Let me just 1 second.
Yeah.
This is Tony. Are you surprised by how efficient Liverpool have been in the transfer market in the aftermath of the Klopp era?
No. The reason why I'm not, we've got Richard Hughes and we've got Edwards at our club at the moment. I think when Klopp was there, he did an amazing job for us. Will definitely go down in history. But with Richard Hughes and Edwards, they had a different path. What they've been able to return to is stealth purchases. So even though I know it was in the media that we were purchasing Wirtz, it was clear that he only wanted to come to us. So as a Liverpool supporter, I was confident that we would get a package where it suited us, where it suited the player, and it also suited Bayer Leverkusen. I think to be able to get a player who hasn't even hit their prime yet, who's able to play in a series of positions, as an effective in all of those positions, is only going to enhance us going into next season. I think Arne Slot's already shown us in his first season how adaptable he is in terms of his tactical approach, and I think it's only gonna suit us. And I was on my own show yesterday, and we were discussing where we see Dominic fitting in if we play the same 4-2-3-1, whether Dominic will remain in the number 10 or Wirtz. But I think it's just something where they're probably going to be rotating, or players can move out and play in different positions. Dominic plays in a series of different positions for the national team as well. So I've got no concerns. Brilliant purchase. I think the price that we purchased him for was amazing as well. Bearing in mind that really over the last two seasons, we haven't really spent too heavily. We're bringing in revenue from players that we're moving on. And there's money that we would have acquired from, being in the Champions League and winning the league this season as well. So collectively, brilliant. I'm really happy that his main focus was actually coming to us. I think there was no bidding war. Sometimes, especially in this current market, when players are built, being linked to teams, sometimes you think, are they waiting for there to be a bidding war before it actually come? He made it clear that he wanted to come to us. So Mr. B said we got an attacking midfielder, can obviously play as the wing, high passing attributes, high dribbling attributes, vision and creativity, really good movement off the ball, amazing work rate, passing range as well. I think we're probably going to get somebody who's probably going to be a similar player to when we had Coutinho, for players that don't really know too much about Wirtz. So if we've got that coming in, then I think it's going to be amazing. And he's just going to obviously complement, as you said, the system and the other players that we currently have. And I'm confident we're going to be purchasing other players as well. But overall, extremely happy, Mr. B.
Oh, yeah, I didn't think you could play. Tony, long time no see, man.
True. I thought it was 10 o'clock. So I'm
Brother,
here coming up thinking, I'm 15 minutes early, being productive, and I see 23 minutes has gone already.
Brother, I keep telling you, man, it's Friday. It ain't no headache, man. It ain't no headache. It's good to see you, man, and it's good to see that you're repping. Listen, guys, if you can see the thing behind him, we love Sports and Parallel. I'll let you talk about Sports and Parallel.
Okay, so we love sports. As it's in the name. Yeah, I love all kind of sports. Obviously, football is my love. I sell football T-shirts, kids, women's, adults. Different kind of tops, European tops, Premier League tops. This is a Travis Scott Barcelona top here. Do you know what I mean? So I sell all different sports. If you're interested and you're looking for kits for your kids or kits for yourself, kits for your husband, kits for your wife, your aunts, your grandmom, your dog, your cat, your parrot. Listen, I've got it all. Yeah, I got it all. So that's my title there. We Love Sports and Power. You can look me up on TikTok and also Instagram. Just message me, and I'll be able to give you a good deal. You mentioned Man United agenda. I'll give you a good discount. Yeah,
guys, you heard it. And look, after all of that, you have to find out that he's a gooner. So
Yeah.
If you haven't seen him before, you can light him up. We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk. We got a couple of things I want to ask you. So I'm glad that you
Okay.
came on. Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, but we spoke about Wirtz. What's your opinion on Wirtz while you're here?
I think Wirtz looks like he's going to be a great addition for Liverpool. Do you know what I mean? He's young, he's hungry, and as you said already, he was focused on Liverpool. He wanted Liverpool in it. And from you hear that, you know that the player is up for it. Liverpool are going to be a much stronger force than they were last season. I think he's a talented player, intelligent player. You know, he's hungry. He looks like, like you said, it could be a little Coutinho / Hazardy kind of player for Liverpool. Do you know what I mean? The one that's
I
gonna.
don't even to be anywhere near. I tell you, brother. I don't.
I know, but
Can you imagine? Oh,
yeah.
Jesus!
Liverpool are looking a bit crazy, and if they get rid of Nunes and get a striker to replace him, then it's gonna be problems next season.
Yeah, it's gonna be peak.
It's gonna be problems. And for coming looking at my team right now, I never look at a player, look at a signing and think, yeah, okay, we've got him, because Arsenal is like Šeško, then it's Gyökeres, then it's Šeško, then it's like I got to a point where I was happy with Šeško. I was looking at the YouTube clips and looking at his results and thinking, you know what? I think that I'm happy with Šeško. So I think they've kind of won me over. I think, yes, he's young. It's not going to be a for now striker, but it's going to be a striker for in a couple of years' time. He'll be up there. Do you know what I mean? So I think, okay, yeah. And then I'm hearing it's not Šeško now. It's Gyökeres. It's not Gyökeres. So we're all over the place in regards to what we want at the moment. I think we need a killer striker. Me personally, I think Gyökeres is a now striker. We need a now striker because Arteta is under a lot of pressure this season. Let's not go into it. He's going to be under a lot of pressure to bring home something this season. We can't go 6 years without winning nothing. We can't. We can't. We need to win something this season. So we're not favourites, which is kind of helping us in a way. We're going to be up there, but we're not favourites to win the title this season, which kind of takes the pressure off us.
So obviously you're going to be up there, yeah. So you take it for granted.
Yeah. We'll be up there. We'll be fighting up there. But I can't. It's going to be for me. It's going to be a Liverpool City battle this season. You know what I mean? I don't think City are gonna wipe it like they did a few years ago. There's still a few flaws. City. You know what I mean? There's still a few. In my opinion, it's not going to be a walk in the park for none of the teams. But I think Arsenal will be in the mix. I don't think Man United will. I think Man United will upset a few teams, but I can't see them being in the mix just yet.
You just keep, like Will Smith said, you keep our name out of your mouth, yeah? You keep. We're not in. Listen, this conversation I asked you about. We're not. We're not there in it. We're not there. So that part of the race, I have interest in.
Yeah.
But because I know we're not going to be involved in it, it's not really my thing. Before I go any further, we deserve better.
Yeah, no,
it's good to see you, man.
I hear you, but you know what? It's like last season. Did we think Liverpool would have been in the race? We didn't. No one was talking about Liverpool at all. Even though the season before, Liverpool was fighting for the title, but due to injuries, they kind of fell off. Do you know what I mean? And because obviously they had a new manager, no one weren't really talking about Liverpool. No one ain't really talking about United, but you just never know, do you? This is the Premier League. You never know.
You're more optimistic than a lot of the fans on the channel and a lot of fans that I know, boy. If you're talking about us, we know our levels in it. If we talk about buying players, blah blah blah. My expectations for next season are very, very low. They're very, very low. I expect to clap you lot first game of the season, definitely 100%. But after that, I don't have no expectation.
Yeah, no, I hear you. For us, as I said, I think there's a lot of pressure on Arteta. There is a lot of pressure on Arteta this season to produce something, because I can't see him staying if we just settle for a European place and no silverware. I can't see it.
Would you take the Coca-Cola Cup and top four?
I'll take the Coca-Cola 7-Up, Fanta Cup, McDonald's Cup. You get me? I'll take any. I'll be honest with you. We can't argue or grumble about any sort of cups. Do you know what I mean? I think we want more than that. I just don't want to have the Carabao Cup. No, I think if we just win that, it's going to be uproar. I think we need, and I don't want just the FA Cup. We need Premier League or European, straight up. We need one of them two.
Just a quick one, Tony. Just a quick one, Tony. Just a query. Arsenal had appeared to be linked with Ollie Watkins.
Yeah.
If they were to re-establish that communication and he came in as a striker instead of the other strikers that you mentioned, would you be happy with that purchase?
Not really. I think no. He's good. He's young. He's British. He knows the Premier League. But is he a killer? Is he what we want up top? Is he gonna hit 20 goals a season? Is he one of the players that these defenders are gonna fear when we play? He's not. He's a nice guy. He's a good little backup striker. But I will be upset. Straight up, I'll be upset. We need a killer. We need a nasty, like I was saying the last time on the stream. We need a nasty guy up front. We need a bit of a bastard up front. Excuse my French, but we need someone like that. Do you know what I mean? And I think Gyökeres, he looks a bit nasty. He's got a nasty streak about him. He's got a killer kind of, I want to bang goals kind of thing, and that's what we need. Sheshko looks very nice. He looks like a nice player that will shake the other opposition's hands before the match and won't worry about his hair with Odegaard. You can see him doing. We don't want that. We don't want that. He looks like a bit of a Havertz kind of player. We don't want that. We need a nasty guy up front. And Gyökeres, obviously Osimhen. I like Osimhen. We obviously won't get him, but he looks like a player who's ruthless up front. But can Arteta handle them sort of personalities?
That's the thing. Yeah, he wants somebody who he can control, isn't it?
Right.
Osimhen's a big man. He ain't controlling me. Controlling me.
Do you know what I mean? So he can't. If we had, managers with pedigree, that's one stuff. Then you command a level of respect. and stuff. But Arteta, he's still building his credibility. Do you know what I mean? So a lot of these players are not really going to respond to him as he should, and I can't see, man like Osimhen. I don't know Osimhen, but what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing, I don't think Arteta can manage that kind of player. But like I said, I don't, Sheshko, all of these sort of players. We talk about Zubimendi as well. Yes, Zubimendi's a good player. He was great for Spain. He's played for Sociedad, so he looks like a player that is great, but is he going to be great for us at the Premier League? I don't know. So I'm not one of these Arsenal fans.
Hold on, you talk about Zubimendi like you signed him.
No, but it's exactly what we're talking about. Like we're going in that route. We're supposed to announce it. So it's supposed to be like after July, due to financial regulations and things like that, we're supposed to be announcing all these players. So, but again, if we do, am I excited about that player?
He's not what you want. You want the striker. You want the killer striker to get your juices flowing, isn't it?
I do. You know what I mean? And Zubimendi is great, but it's good. But I don't know how it's going to work in the Prem. Can he? You know what I mean? Go up to Newcastle and in the winter and be able to handle these big, dirty, brute teeth guys and such. You know what I mean? Someone's asking me, we deserve better. Would you take Osimhen? Yes, all day long. I'll take Osimhen.
I would fight you for him though. Brother. Yeah. He's my number of all of the strikers out there. He looks like he would kill his granny to score a goal, isn't he?
Yeah, and that's what we want.
Yeah, man. I would take him. I understand the numbers aren't Gyökeres numbers, but he scored everywhere. Everywhere he's gone, he scored. Yeah. Every division, every league. You know what I mean? Champions League, Europa League, whatever. Italy, he scored goals. He's gone to Galatasaray, scored. Yeah, he would be my number one choice. You know what I mean? But look, we're not gonna get him.
No, neither are we. We ain't getting him at all. Do you know what I mean? But
So I'll tell you who you have been linked with. Madueke.
what the Chelsea do, I think we have to lock up. Yeah, for me, we have to lock off this communication with Chelsea, man. Leave Chelsea. It don't work for us, man. It don't work. Leave them alone. Like I think, man. Like I take Kudus. I take Eze. Then man, there I will go for. But okay, no, I'm not really. No, I'm not feeling that. I'm not feeling that at all, mate. I hope that's just rumors. I hope that's just a smoke screen for Eze. We need to bring Eze home. He started with us. Do you know what I mean? We need to bring him home, but I don't know if that will happen because obviously he left, he got dropped, and he went to various different teams and stuff. Does he want to come home? I don't know. He might look at Arsenal and think, "Nah, bun you lot, because you don't let me go." It could be some kind of later to that kind of move, but I don't know. But that Chelsea guy, I think we should need to just leave the Chelsea players alone now. Yeah.
You're only giving them the 5 million for the goalie. I mean, I don't know if he's worse than Papadopoulos. You get me? I don't know if he's worse than Onana, to be fair. But look, you only got him for 5 million. You know what I mean? He's probably never going to play. He don't have to move house. I don't understand the purchase.
No.
You know what I mean? But again, everybody, that's what Chelsea do. Chelsea just, nobody wants to deal with Chelsea. I mean, look, we got Mason Mount. The brother's been injured for a year and a half. And man are still wanting to deal with Chelsea. They're scam artists, bro. They get charged for breaching UEFA fair play, this and UEFA play. But the fact that they got is some dibby something that they got in their back pocket.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Smacking the wrist. But what I would say, to come back to Arsenal, the player that I am looking to see in the first 11 for a few matches is Mr. Max Dowman. Like I'm waiting to see him play for us. Do you know what I mean?
Max Dowman.
Yeah,
that's the young you. Yeah.
Yes, he's a very talented you, a very wanted you as well. Like there's a lot of big teams that wanted him, wants to sign his signature. Because I've got a friend of mine whose son plays for the academy.
Yeah.
Haylen, and Haylen's literally 5 minutes away from my house. Do you know what I mean? So we chat, we talk a lot, and he mentioned Max Dowman a couple of years ago. He said, "You've got a guy in your books, mate, and he is gonna be he's a fantastic player." But he's had a different kind of footballing journey. His dad's a multi-millionaire, so he's only had to focus on football. Do you know what I mean? He's only had to focus on football. So he had private tuition. He's played at local teams that I've gone to as well, that my son plays at, and they've also spoke about him how he's a great player. So he'll be a good. He's obviously not going to play in the first team all the time, but he might come on Carabao Cup. You might see him in a Carabao Cup. You might see him in a FA Cup replay or something. But watch out for him, man. He's going to be on.
I'm going to say something to you, but I'm going to put this to you first, Stoney. If you had a 15-year-old youth playing against you, what's the first thing you're going to do to him at our level of football?
Yeah, I know. I'm going to show him that youth to me.
Yeah,
I hear you. We're gonna do it. Go on.
No, go ahead, Tony. I'll speak after you. Go ahead, sir.
No, you definitely show him. But I'm telling you, he's gifted. He's something else. Like we've had Barcelona's inquired about him. Obviously, due to the laws, they couldn't purchase him or nothing like that. But you've had major teams kind of ask questions about this youth and like, what can they do? And following this kid, they've just seen potential. Left foot, right foot. The way he runs with the ball, the way he's shielding players and running at speed and stuff like that. He does it, and he's very intelligent as well. Yes, he's a young kid. You're gonna have players that are gonna want to lift him up in the air, but trust me, you're gonna see when he plays. You're gonna see. What's this? Somebody down
hopefully, what Arsenal do, I'm confident they'll do it. They'll make a realistic transition for the young player from, whether it's from the academy, from the development team to the first team. I think you were quite, and I shouldn't use this word, fortunate. We saw the emergence of Skelly last season at Arsenal. Is it 1 year-y? Junior as well. So it may be something where if this new player that you're mentioning about has that gradual transition, then you'll be able to see the true potential. I think where Arsenal probably have to be a little bit mindful, and you touched on something earlier. The last few seasons, Arsenal have been potentially near the top of the league. So they were quite close to Man City for quite a few seasons.
Yeah.
And I think if everybody's really honest, I support Liverpool, but let's be really honest, we were not in a reckoning going into the league last season. So potentially it was meant to have been Arsenal's season.
Yeah.
Where Arsenal probably need to be mindful is you've been nearly there for the last 4 or 5. This season is probably where you probably really do have to make sure Arteta ticks that box. So bringing in another young player, what hopefully the Arsenal community wouldn't want to do is thrust someone into a title-winning squad when he should really be developing himself. But look, I'm not a coach. I'm not any part of a coaching staff, but you've obviously spoken quite highly of the player. And if it's something that we see him for a few games or in any of the cup games, then we relish to see his performance. So we just look forward to that.
Yeah, most definitely. I've got a question here, Matty. Tony's. I don't know what his contract situation is at this present time. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe he will definitely sign. I can't see them really going anywhere. I can't see him leaving us at all. He will sign. It's just a matter of time. Those sort of things will take time. But in regard to what you're saying about Max, yes, I totally get that. But I think he definitely does need to, as I said, play a few matches. And, I can see him in a Carabao. I can see him Carabao Cup and those sort of, games where we can afford. Well, we can't really afford because we need silverware, don't we? But we can believe. We can believe some of the players, and I do think if we don't win anything next season, then heads will definitely turn. Saliba will start learning. He's probably started learning Spanish already.
Probably knows Spanish already, brother. He's French, It's only this country where kids don't learn the second language.
It's true.
You know what I mean?
Tony, he doesn't need to learn Spanish. He just needs to learn Scouse, my friend.
Whatever. Saliba, Liverpool. That would hurt, mate.
Tony, question. Sorry, have you got hair under your cap? Have you're bald? Are you bald under your cap?
For me?
Yeah.
No. Well, why? What?
I'm just saying, man, like I am titanium. Listen,
I'm nearly bald
because the man's wearing a cap that he's got a ball head.
Nah, man.
He's got hair, man.
I've got hair, brother. Like I'm going bald. Like the top. Do you know what? I had waves back in the days, Like, I had waves. I had to wear a do-rag. I had waves. The ocean, but the ocean is drying up now. It's drying up. You get me? There's no more waves. Just wearing my hat, man. I'll be proud to be. Once my hair goes proper, I'm rocking a bald head, mate. Trust me, what?
Listen, there ain't nothing wrong with it, boy. I tell you, man. There ain't nothing wrong with it, guys. If you are watching on the YouTube, look, hit the like button. If you are watching on the X, then hit the like. And boy, I know we stream to Twitch, but that's just a complete waste of time. So I know you ain't going to be watching on Twitch, but if you are by some miracle, look, just deal with it. There you go. Look, sorry. See, you just assume man's got a ball head. I'm titanium.
Right,
you know
there's nothing wrong. Titanium. There's nothing wrong with bald heads, You'll be bald soon. If you're not bald already, you're gonna join the club, mate. Yeah. We all go down here somewhere. Sometime we will go down there.
Stephanie says she has spray on here. Listen, I know a Brendan used to have to spray his hair for work.
Why?
Because he wasn't allowed to have it. He wasn't allowed to have it. Oh, the things that we do to earn money, boy. The things that we do to earn money, boy.
So who would you say are favourites then for the title next season? Who would you say?
Liverpool. I would have to say Liverpool. They've strengthened them what they had last year. I understand that people are saying, "Oh, the standard wasn't that high." You beat what's in front of you, innit?
Yeah.
I think Liverpool, Man City, it's crazy. Obviously, I haven't been watching the World Club Cup, But you listen to obviously what people have been saying, and people are saying that the defense ain't what it used to be. I don't have Arsenal in it. That could definitely be my bad mind. I hate Arsenal, so that could be my bad mind in them. I do expect you lot to qualify for Champions League, though. To be fair, yeah, I think Liverpool. Not say run away with it, but Liverpool would be my favourites.
Yeah.
Man City, Arsenal, Chelsea. I don't even want to give them no props, man. I don't even want to give Chelsea nothing. So I don't even know if it would be Chelsea who I would have up there. Really, I hate them.
Yeah. Chelsea.
But yeah, it's those. Yeah, I would say Liverpool. Liverpool would be mine. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I'd say Liverpool. What they've done, who they've got. Yeah, with Frimpong, Kirkes. But they probably might even get another striker up top, and then you're keeping Salah free and all of that. And yeah, I could definitely see Liverpool's up there, 100%. Yeah, then you got like you said, you got City, then you got Arsenal, Newcastle will be in the mix. I think. I don't think they'll be.
You think Newcastle?
I think they'll be in the mix. They'll be in the mix. They're going to upset a few teams. They're going to upset a few teams next season. They are.
I think they peaked. I mean, they ain't. The good thing is nobody ain't spending no money yet. You know, I mean, that's the good thing. Everybody's vexed because Liverpool went out there and spent money. Obviously, we went out there and got Cunha done early. But I don't think nobody's spending money at the moment, and nobody wants to go Newcastle. Everybody's turning down Newcastle. They're going to end up getting some shitty fucking players from wherever, you know what I mean, just to bolster their squad because they need players, but nobody ain't going. Everybody's turning them down. Who wants to go and bloody live in fucking Newcastle?
They haven't had to sell them. They haven't had to sell though. So you imagine, right? You imagine if Newcastle were to go into this season with the current squad they have, right? So no, Isak doesn't get sold. Midfield remains the same. XYZ. If they go into this season, I still believe that they're going to be a force. And the only reason why I'm saying a force, I'm not necessarily saying in terms of winning a league, but I can only extend Mr. B on what you said and what Tony has said. Last season, we would have seen collectively teams probably playing at different levels. All right, so Liverpool played okay. Man City had an indifferent season. Arsenal had an indifferent season. Newcastle was in a conversation. Chelsea will be in a conversation, and also Aston Villa. So I'm saying even for Nottingham Forest as well. So I'm just saying those teams up there, regardless on who's going to eventually be successful in the league, they're all going to be up there vying for that Champions League position. So I think collectively the league itself is going to be much stronger next season. Yeah. That's just my opinion anyway. I think it's going to be much stronger.
Yeah, I second that. I think it's most definitely going to be stronger next season.
I'm not saying nothing in it. I'm just waiting. There's a lot of trash we have to move out. It may well be stronger, but listen, man.
Mr. B, I think for Man United, this is just, you know, you guys had a horrendous season last season, but in all honesty, you just have to finish higher than you did last season, and then it's a success.
Don't take
it's true, though, right? You know what I mean? Come on, man. That's a success.
Yeah. You finish 15th, you get me 14th. You finish 13th, that is progression.
Thank you.
You know what I mean?
Open top parade.
You know.
I don't have a lot of expectations, but it's not bottom half. It's not bottom half, man. We can't do bottom half. So look, before we know it, this season will be here. You know what I mean? And everybody will have the players that they want, and we will see. We will work out what we're going to be doing. I don't have much faith in what happens next season. I understand 1 game a week. Look, here we go. Look, this is the dream world. We deserve better. 1 game a week. And Cunha and Bremo, Gokares a goalie, and a central midfielder. We get 4th. Now you're laughing, but if you look at what -9 didn't do last season, what Papadopoulos gave away, central midfield, we had Madueke who tackled. He does the dog work, but he doesn't do the smart work. So I'm not going to say we would get 4th, I'm not going to say we'll get fourth, but I think we will push. We would push if we got, all right, we're saying add Gyökeres. Arsenal are still linked with him. I mean, you lot are just holding up the whole transfer window. You lot don't want to buy. You got Sesko. He's been running down Sesko for 2 years.
Yeah.
He thought he was going to get him. Your boy Wirtz has come in and said, "Yo, you don't run things no more, innit? We want Gyökeres." Listen to Arteta one last time, just one last time. Have faith in him and go and get Sesko.
But I think with Sesko, I think it's because of the clause. I'm hearing that he wants a clause in his contract, and Arsenal don't want to.
Give it to him.
I'm happy with Bert. Well, with Bert seems to be, like I said, no players actually signed as yet. There's a lot of talks, but I think Bert seems very ruthless. He seems like, you see what he's done with Atletico Madrid. He knows how to get the right players, and he's got a network of managers out there. So we'll see what happens. If we get Gyökeres, it's great. If we get Sesko, then it is what it is. But I don't know, mate. I don't know. Do you know what it is? I'll be honest with you. It's like, I don't know if you don't remember when Benzema was linked to Arsenal years ago.
Yeah.
Like, I was gassed. I was like, oh my God, Benzema's coming. He's coming. Yeah, all this kind of thing. I'm looking at formations, adding him in my FIFA team and all sorts. And he didn't come. And that scarred me. So I don't listen to no rumors until I see the decided. I hear it, but I'm not listening to it. Do you get what I'm saying? There's a difference. I make sure that I've got to see him sign with the top. I've got to see him. So yes, we talk about Zubimendi had a medical. All right, I'm not hearing none of that. Like, I need to see him sign. I need to see these players actually sit down at the table with Arteta and Arteta with their hands on their shoulder and smiling and looking at the camera. Then I believe that he's coming to us. They're coming to us. You know what I mean? But other than that, mate. But all right, question to you, Mr. B. Yeah. One question. Do you feel that there's a lot of pressure on your manager this season?
Yes. There's no. Oh no. There's no pressure. He stank out the whole of last season.
Yeah.
But it's mad. I'm glad we've got a hard start, but I hope that people take into consideration the teams that we're playing in those first 5 games, because the Arsenal game, I expect us to beat. I'll be honest. I expect us to beat you lot the first game of the season.
Is it at home for us, isn't it?
No, we're at home. You're at Old Trafford.
Okay.
You understand? So I'm expecting that first game of the season, we're gonna go out there. We're gonna do what we have to do. After that, I can't say we're gonna beat Burnley and we're gonna beat Fulham, because we're gonna be so gassed and so hyped from that game that we might just come down like we're coming down off speed. You know what I mean? So I'm hoping that's what they do, and then that eases the pressure off him. You know what I mean? Because our first 5 games, man saying we're going to get 3 points and 5 points and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Wow. So, he needs to finish. He needs European qualification. Yeah. But if we start shit, we're not making up ground. We're not going to be making up ground.
We can't afford to lose against you our first. We can't afford to lose that.
Of course you can. Of course you can. Yeah, of course you can. Of course.
Not with the likes of Liverpool and City. We need to win. If we don't win that, it will be a draw. I can't see us losing. That.
Well, as I said, there's no doubt we're going to be talking enough before that, and after we take your blood, you're more than welcome to come on the reaction show to let Yabba fucking light you up.
I'll come on the I'll come on the after show. I'll come on the watch along. Whatever. Do you know what I mean? I don't mind, mate. Do you know what I mean? I'll be about, mate. I'll tell you.
So just a quick one, Mr. B. Two purchases, or one. Let me rephrase it. You've got one signature purchase that you would like Manchester United to make before the season starts. While Mr. B's thinking, Tony, that's going to be the same question to you.
There's no fault. Anybody to replace -9. Anybody to replace -9. I don't. My expectations of him, he's 0, isn't it? Anybody we get is better than him. You know what I mean? There's levels to the strike. Anybody who replaces him, I'm happy with.
And to you, Tony, one signature purchase for you.
Osimhen.
Osimhen. Oh, that's fair enough. Oh, that's a big
Come on,
purchase.
this is for you then. Come on then, Stoney. Who would
me?
be your yeah?
Oh no, I think look at the chat, Mr. B.
Go on.
Striker from Atalanta. I've mentioned it from on our Cop Talk show as well.
Who? Matteo Rakatu.
Yeah.
This guy.
He is the realest deal at the moment. For me, if not, all I'm saying is do your own. If I'm invited back on, then you can do whatever research you need to in the meantime. But in terms, I think we're probably still looking for a striker. So we've got a lot of forwards, and obviously we've got Salah, who's capable of scoring, X amount of goals. But I think the one thing that we're actually missing is an out-and-out striker. And for me, Matteo, he brings a rare blend of like physical presence, is clinical finishing. I think that's the one thing that we don't actually have. I know that
you got Nunes.
It's this guy. I know we play with a press and a lot of discipline. The one thing that I don't think we actually have is that aerial prowess in the actual box itself. And I think he'll just be an excellent frontline asset for Liverpool. And he's just versatile in and outside the box. So if we could get Matteo, he would be, for me, my signature signing. And I reckon that is probably about 40, 45 mil. But even in terms of his goal output over the last few seasons at Atalanta, he is just exactly what
he's an Italian striker. Go take him. Yeah.
I
would be very happy.
He looks all right.
Them Italian strikers
are very happy, man.
They're all washed, man. Take him. Go waste your bloody money on what did Stephanie call him? Ratatouille. Yeah, God, you go waste him. You go waste your money on Ratatouille. You know what I mean?
All I'm saying is, if he was to come, there's a lot of people who'll be eating a lot of humble pie. Believe me, man. So, but yeah,
Matty's got one for you. What about the replacement for Konate?
Oh, it's Guy from Crystal Palace. There's no ifs or buts. That's the deal. But both of their contracts are going to be expiring at the same time. So Konate's will be for us, and Guy would be at Crystal Palace. I still believe that we're going to purchase him before the start of this transfer window. And the reason why I say that, Kwanzaa's gone to Bayer Leverkusen. So if you think of it at the moment, in terms of our current centre-backs, Nat Phillips never played for us. We got £3 million for him, right? So at the moment, we've only really got Van Dijk and Konate. I very much doubt that the continued muscle injuries that Gomez has had is going to allow him to actually play a full season. And there was also periods of last season where Ryan was having to slot in at centre-back. So I do believe that we're going to be purchasing 2 centre-backs, and I do believe Gay is going to be one of them.
Is Konate signing his contract then?
No, but in fairness, Tony, I look at it in terms of football. He doesn't have to. I think at the moment the ball is in his court. Hopefully, Liverpool would have learned from the situation with Trent and Salah and Virgil. Yeah. Let's not let it, let's not let it get to the latter stages where he then goes on a free. And I look at it as that's not just down to the player, it's also down to Liverpool. So for whatever reason, if we're not able to find a contract that suits the club and Konate, he's been an amazing servant. Let's get some revenue. He moves on. We purchase some other players, and then the club just continues to roll and function. So for me, there won't be an issue. But 2 centre-backs, I think we're gonna purchase.
Yes, I would, Matty. I would take him on loan. I would definitely take him on loan. Wow, we've been on for 59, and we've been chatting enough, boy. I've got a quiz. I got some quiz questions for you, guys in the chat, guys on Twitter. I've got some quiz questions for you guys, man. Before we do depart. So yeah, let me get shit. I don't want to give you the answers. Hold on. How can I do this? I got them. I got it. Guys in the chat, I know you're going to be on Google. and I know you're going to be on what's the other one that they use? Google and what's the other one that they got?
Copilot, is it? I don't know.
Yeah, Copilot and Jack GPT. So this is more for you guys, and this is definitely for you guys in the chat. If you're quick enough, then I know that you haven't been typing in it. But Andrew, Tony, and Stoney, before we do Lacanoche, I've just got some questions for you. Right, guys in the chat, I'm not sure you can see all of these, but question 1: who was the first goalkeeper to? Oh, you're not going to have to I mean, look, they're probably going to tell you in the chat anyway.
That's fine, in you. Go ahead.
Who was the first goalkeeper to score to provide a Premier assist in the Champions League? In the Premier League.
Premier League. I think it was Wimbledon used to have a goalkeeper called Sullivan. Was it him?
If that's your answer, then fine. Yeah. If not, then no problem. Tony,
I'm not sure.
Yeah, see the guys in the chat. Let me see what you guys in the chat are telling me. So we have. Right, okay, so we've got We Deserve Better is saying Peter Schmeichel. I Am Titanium is saying Peter Schmeichel. Oh, Sherbet. Stephanie is saying Peter Schmeichel. And Chat Sport is saying Peter Schmeichel. Matty is actually saying Peter Schmeichel as well. Do you want to change your answer, Stoney?
No, I'm keeping it as it is.
Okay, Tony, do you believe that it was Peter Schmeichel, or do you believe that the chat is winding you up?
I think the chat. I believe the chat.
The answer's right. It was Peter Schmeichel, but you never got an answer, so it's still 0-0, yeah. He said Pepe Reina. That's the Guna. All right, number 2.
Was doing a little quiz thing, man. I would have.
What would you have done? You wouldn't have known the question now. Whatever you would have read, you would not have.
Yeah, true.
Exactly. Right. Second question: which player scored the Premier League's fastest hat trick, and how many minutes did it take?
I reckon it's Jermaine Defoe. I reckon
it was I think it was Defoe.
I think it's Defoe.
Guys in the chat, let's have a look who we have. We Deserve Better has gone Mane. Saskia De Guna has gone Cantona the Great. I don't know what that one is, but okay, fair enough. Mane. Chatsport went Anelka. Matty's gone Mane 6 minutes. Stephanie Griffiths has gone Ole. And I'm Titanium is saying 3 minutes. It actually was. This is ridiculous. Sadio Mane, 2 minutes and 56 seconds.
Crumbs. I didn't know that. That's ridiculous. I didn't know that.
Crazy, man. That's stupidness. That's stupidness. Right. Question number 3. Name the only team to go the whole Premier League season unbeaten. Bonus. How many matches did they draw that season?
Okay. It's that team that wears the fake red from North London, isn't it? I think it's that team.
Fake red. It was 26 wins in it.
What? Are you that way? Yo, it was Arsenal. Yes. How could you just say? Jesus Christ! And you know the 26 wins as well, boy. I knew it was that. I knew there was the. They're gonna die with that. They're gonna die with that flag, boy.
That's all we've got, mate. Come on. What else have we got?
Matty's gone Arsenal. Saskia Guna's gone 12 draws. Yeah, I knew you would have got that. Let's have a look. The only one with a diamond golden Prem trophy in the cabinet is the Arsenal. Yes, look, I'll put it up there. Yeah. The gold trophy title. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't have put that up. Now, next one. Who is the only player to have scored and assisted? Who was scored, assisted, and scored their own goal in the same Premier League match?
Wow, I have absolutely no idea.
Guys in the chat?
No, I don't know that one.
I know you ain't going to get this one. Chat Sports gone Stevie G. I Am Titanium's gone Rooney. We Deserve Better. Son, Jacob Ramsey, Gareth Bale, Wayne Rooney, and Kevin Davis all have actually. Have they? Well, I tell you what, I've only got Kevin Davis down here, smarty pants. Yeah, I've only got him on here. Thank you very much. Yeah, Matty's gone Carragher. Saying he thinks Bale did it too. Okay, well, look, I can only go by the answers that I'm given, you know, and I've got Kevin Davis down. So I'm not going to disagree with you guys, you chatbots, because I know you are smart, you know, but we'll have to allow that one. Right. Question number 5. Which club holds the record for the most points in a single Premier League season? Bonus, how many points?
It must be Man City.
Man City, yeah, 100 and something.
Yeah. Man City.
100 and something? What we giving?
I think it was 98 for Man City. Or 96 for Man City.
And what you giving? What you going with, Tony?
I'll go for 100 Man City.
That's it. It's 100 Man City.
Mm.
I remember Rooney scored. Yeah. City Centurion, Stephanie.
Okay.
City, Cat Sport, Man City. I am Titanium. Don't worry, man. It's nearly time for bed, man. Don't worry, Burnley. 102. It was actually 100. Chat Sport's got 115. We Deserve Better. Yeah. 115, 100 points. City from Saskiguna. Number 6. Who scored the first ever Premier League goal? Everybody knows this.
I thought it was Teddy Sheringham.
Well, obviously everybody knows this apart from you, Stoney. Come on, Tony. Don't let us down. Come on.
I remember it. Was it? What did I say? I can't remember it.
Right. Well, I'm going to put it up here now. Then, Brian Dean.
Okay.
First ever goal. Oh, let me go. Saskiguna's gone Brian Dean. He got it right. We Deserve Better. Brian Dean. Bloody look. Brian Dean versus United. They always show you know. Always teams always score against United. Brian Dean. Matty's got that right. Double A. How you doing? Brian Dean's got it. Now, I'm going to ask you a question. Don't take. Was this the only answer that you knew of? And have you just joined the stream? I hope you're doing well, man. I hope you're doing well, man. Amarin, let's have a look. Mark, how you doing, man? Amarin has 10 games, worst performing manager since 1927. Board don't seem interested in backing him. They know. Well, look, we'll see. We'll see. I know you've joined late, but that's fine. I understand why you got that question in. Which manager has the most Premier League Manager of the Month awards?
Is it your old manager? Must have been a United manager, right?
I'm asking you.
During that period when football was rigged. So it must have been.
Okay, so you've got Fergie. Who you go with, Tony?
Yeah, I'll go with Fergie as well.
Well, listen, you're right. You can't listen. You might hate it, but you know it's a Man United channel, so I'm going to sneak us in there somewhere. You know what I mean? Everyone's spamming Chat GPT for answers. Hi, Joe. Jose, Chat Sport. He obviously didn't. I know Double A. I know you just joined the chat, man. I hope you're doing well, man. Alex Ferguson, obviously. SAF, yes. Stephanie, Matty, Sir Alex, Mark Harris. Yo, big up. Crap is cold here in
Queensland. Queensland, Australia.
Tony, to see your smile. You're alive. Ha, ha, ha. Okay, I don't know. Mark Harris. Yo, big up. Crap, it's cold here in Queensland, Australia. LOL, Tony. Tony Lee, smile, dude. You're alive. Ha, ha, ha.
I know I'm alive, man.
Yeah, listen, he's an Arsenal supporter, man. That's why he's not smiling, man. That's why he's not smiling. Right. Number 8. Who was the first player to score 100 Premier League goals for 2 different clubs?
All right, well, that has to be Alan Shearer, Blackburn and Newcastle.
I don't think there was any argument with that, really, was there?
Yeah.
Shearer, yeah. Shearer. I am titanium. Don't worry, man. I know it's late, man. We'll be going soon, man. Stephanie's gone Shearer. Saskia Kudus gone Shearer. Number 6, but it's not really 6. It's number 9. What team? What team was relegated? What team was relegated in 2003 despite finishing on 42 points, the highest total for a relegation of a Premier League side?
I don't know. I have no idea on that.
Relegated 2003.
No idea.
5 minutes, 42 points. I don't know.
Idea. I wasn't born then, Mr. B.
yeah, sure you weren't. Yeah, sure you weren't. Your son might not have been, yeah. Right, we deserve better. He's got it right with West Ham. I'm titanium, just throw them out there. I don't think you've got one right so far today. Matty's gone West Ham. Stephanie's gone West Ham. Saskia Guna's gone West Ham. Hydro, I assume he's gone West Ham. And we've got one more question. Who was the only player to have scored a hat-trick in the Premier League, Serie A, and La Liga?
No, it must have been Ronaldo.
It's
Because he's the only player that I can think off the top of my head that's actually played in those 3 leagues. There's probably other players, but he's the only one that I can. Oh, hold on. And La Liga. Did Patrick Kluivert play in Italy?
Yeah.
Did he play for Milan?
Patrick
Yeah,
Kluivert.
but he didn't score the hat-trick and he didn't play. He didn't score a hat-trick.
Oh, no, because he was at Newcastle, innit? Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
because he's at Newcastle here. Ronaldo. Yeah.
Chat
Ronaldo.
Sports gone Robbie Keane. Stephanie, Ronnie, Double A, Ronnie, Right,
Yeah.
Chat Sport, Ronnie. See, we all know. At the end of the day, it is what it is. He's a superstar and he's a legend. Guys, it is the close of the show. But before we go, Stoney, where can we find you, man?
Yeah, thanks very, very much, Mr. B. So you can find me every Thursday at 10 p.m. on Cop Talk. That's KOPTALK. And we are a Liverpool podcast. We stream every Thursday. That's where you can find me, Mr. B. I'm not on any socials.
That they can find you on dark web, maybe, yeah? Tony.
Listen, I've got a Norton blocker, so I can't even access.
Oh, thank you for that, Stephanie, man. Thank you for that. Tony, where can we find you, man? And give a little plug to for what you do.
Yeah,
as
man.
well.
Like I said, man, you know, earlier on, We Love Sports. Come and get your kids NBA stuff, NBA dresses, basketball, football, tops. LinkedIn, not LinkedIn. LinkedIn's my professional. There's no We Love Sports on LinkedIn. It's Tony Lee on LinkedIn. But you know, Instagram, TikTok, We Love Sports. Just like I said, send a message. Tony Lee on Facebook as well. Send a message on either one of those platforms if you are interested in getting some kits for yourself and your family members. Like I said, I've got you. I mentioned Man United Agenda. You get a little discount as well. And it doesn't matter where you are. It could be all over the world. Like I ship to all around Europe, Canada, or whatever.
Queensland, Australia. Yeah, you hear that?
Australia, I can ship
The
over
cold
there.
one in Australia.
You know what I mean? It doesn't matter where you are. So yeah, if you're interested, just let me know.
There you go, guys. It's Friday. I appreciate the fact that you are still here. If you are watching after the stream done, just hit the like button. I don't expect you to share it, but we appreciate it. We are on our way to 4K. We got 2 gift shirt giveaways. One for the members. We'll deal with that, but that's the signed Robson shirt. And obviously, once we hit the 4,000, we're hoping to get there before the season starts. If not, it ain't no headache. We're still going to give the shirt away anyway. So yeah, look, we will be back on Monday, unless there's some breaking news tomorrow or Sunday. Jay should be back on Tuesday. Hopefully Andrew won't light him up with too much questions. And yeah, it's me, Mr. B, signing out, bigging up Stoney and Tony. Guys, we are out, and we will be back on Saturday, Sunday, maybe, but definitely Monday. We're out.